In Enoch's visions, heaven wasn't a democracy, it was a strict hierarchy. From fiery seraphim to rebellious watchers, each angel had a role, and each could defy it. Today, we are exploring the celestial bureaucracy, the ranks of the angelic hierarchy as described in the Book of Enoch, why some angels fell, why others stayed loyal, and how their celestial drama shaped the fabric of existence as we know it. Let's unravel these age-old secrets. Everything starts with the heavenly pyramid, a divine order meticulously structured by the Creator. At the very top are the Seraphim, often referred to as the Burning Ones. They stand in perpetual worship around God's throne, their forms ablaze with divine light, their 6 wings, both a spectacle and a shield. They chant day and night, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts," bathing in the radiance of the Almighty's presence. So powerful is their fiery form that even the ancient prophet Enoch trembled in awe and reverence. Next, beneath the seraphim, we find the cherubim. Don't confuse them with the chubby baby angels we see in Renaissance art. These mighty beings are sacred guardians, wielding divine powers and watching over humanity. If you remember Eden, it was the cherubim who guarded its gates after Adam and Eve's fall, with a flaming sword to bar passage back to the tree of life. Their role is often overlooked, but they serve as the ultimate enforcers of sacred spaces and cosmic secrets. Heaven's order rests on their unyielding vigilance. Descending further, we meet the thrones, dominions, powers, principalities, and angels. Each rank serves a unique function in the divine ecosystem. Thrones are believed to maintain the physical order of the universe, aligning celestial movements with divine will. Dominions channel God's commands to lower-ranked entities, acting as middle managers of heaven. Powers serve as warriors, guarding against cosmic chaos, sometimes engaging in wars against dark spiritual forces. Principalities oversee nations, guiding historical and spiritual developments. And then there are the angels, traditionally regarded as God's messengers and human protectors. Each layer of this hierarchy has a responsibility, and this divine bureaucratic structure keeps the entire universe in balance. But let's not forget the Watchers, intermediary beings tasked with observing humanity. Known also as the Grigori, these mid-tier angels were assigned an unusual role. Unlike the higher seraphim and cherubim, the Watchers interacted closely with humanity, but were intended to remain aloof, simply watching, not interfering. Their story, however, marks one of the most infamous falls from grace in celestial history. The Book of Enoch tells us that the Watchers' story began on earth, but not as saviors or warriors. They were witnesses, tasked by the Creator with observing and ensuring humanity's development without intervening. Yet, it wasn't long before their celestial purpose clashed with their curiosity. Unlike other ranks of angels, the Watchers grew enamored with human lives and, ultimately, human freedom. Led by Semjaza, a group of 200 Watchers descended to the earth, and there, the seeds of rebellion were sown. But what exactly did they do? The Book of Enoch reveals their great trespass. These beings, divine and eternal, married human women, an act utterly forbidden. They loved them, bore children with them, and their offspring were the infamous Nephilim, giant hybrids, whose very presence on earth disrupted the natural order. The Nephilim were colossal, fearsome, and utterly unnatural beings, bringing destruction across the lands. Even worse, the Watchers shared forbidden knowledge with humankind. They taught men the art of metallurgy, how to forge weapons of war. They unveiled the mysteries of the heavenly spheres, astrology, and the crafting of charms. By doing so, they gave humanity the tools to not only protect themselves, but also to unleash chaos. It wasn't benevolence, but a betrayal of cosmic balance. This rebellion couldn't go unnoticed. Soon, divine judgment reached them. Leading heaven's justice were the archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. These celestial beings were tasked with restoring order. Michael, known as God's warrior and the commander of heaven's armies, boldly confronted Semjaza and his followers. Raphael, the angel of healing, descended to bind Azazel, another fallen Watcher leader, charging him with spreading violence and war among men. Gabriel directed the punishment of the Nephilim, and Uriel delivered the message of impending doom as the heavenly flood loomed. The archangels served as both enforcers and protectors within this hierarchy. Michael's strength, Raphael's compassionate healing, Gabriel's unwavering justice, and Uriel's wisdom reflect the multifaceted roles of these celestial beings. They remind us of heavenly justice, that mercy and wrath can coexist in perfect balance under divine law. It's difficult to ignore the human parallels here. The Watcher's fall from grace is a cosmic cautionary tale. They possessed roles designed to sustain balance, yet their envy of humanity's freedom tilted their celestial purpose toward rebellion. Even the highest spirits are not immune to corruption when desires go unchecked. In the Book of Enoch, this rebellion sparked humanity's greatest suffering and forced divine intervention, whether through the punishment of floods or the shattering of trust between heaven and earth. But the angelic story isn't confined to cosmic drama alone. Scholars and modern thinkers ask us to ponder deeper questions. Could these celestial beings be interpreted metaphorically? Were the Watchers symbolic of human ambition and hubris? Or do their descents mirror myths from other cultures, like the Norse Valkyries, Hindu Devas, or Greek Titans? And then, there's the provocative idea connecting the Watchers and Nephilim to ancient astronaut theories. Some speculate that the angelic descended beings could be advanced extraterrestrial civilizations influencing early humanity. Could the rebellion of the Watchers signify a clash of realms, spiritual or interdimensional? Modern science, along with archaeology and theology, wrestles with the collision of symbolism, myth, and mystery. Ancient texts like the Book of Enoch prompt more than just faith. They invite curiosity about the unknown, leaving us with enigmatic questions. Was angelic hierarchy simply a creative structure for moral lessons? Or does it hold glimpses of an order far beyond human comprehension? As Enoch's scroll closes in our tale, we see celestial struggles that underscore timeless truths. Power, once corrupted, has no realm, whether in heaven or on earth, where it spares inhabitants from chaos. The angelic hierarchy teaches us the costs of both loyalty and rebellion, the balance of justice and mercy. In their stories, there's a mirror through which we glimpse our own aspirations, failures, and struggles to find meaning in a vast universe. Thank you for joining this exploration of the angelic hierarchy. From the fiery Seraphim to the fallen Watchers, these celestial beings compel us to ask, are they merely divine myths, or players in a grand cosmic design we are only starting to uncover? If this journey intrigues you, subscribe for more. And don't miss our next episode, where we'll confront an even bigger mystery. Could the Nephilim's legacy have survived in our DNA? Stay curious and see you soon.